Hey, what up? Chef Landis here. For anybody out there that needs to do a alternator on a 2.5 liter Chrysler, this is a Chrysler Dodge Stratus of that time era. I'm just gonna give you the skinny with it. All right, you got the bracket right here. On the bracket, you've got two bolts that connect the bracket to the engine. And then on the face of the alternator, this is a side-mounted engine here. On the face of the alternator, you got two bolts. You got to take those out. And the bottom bolt is really difficult to get to on these cars. And that's probably why a lot of you guys are going to be here. There's a sensor that goes to the oil pan, the oil pressure sensor, that kind of blocks that nut on the other side. Because underneath the alternator on the bottom, on one side you got to hold a wrench, on the other side you got to get to that nut. It just doesn't bolt straight in. There's a nut on the other side. And you can either remove that sensor, or you can kind of, what I did was swivel the AC compressor out of the way so I could put a wrench on the nut. And then besides that, everything's self-explanatory. On the alternator itself, you have to take off this electrical that goes to your battery, and then there's a sensor beneath that one. There's a tab on this side of it. Pull the tab out and that sensor should come right out. And on these cars, it's also kind of difficult to get to the idler pulley, the tension pulley, because it's kind of weird how it's set up. It just slides back and forth. On that idler pulley, if you're trying to get to that, it's a 15 millimeter, and it's really difficult to get a wrench to it on it to turn it. You gotta get a really small 15 millimeter wrench on it to slide that idler pulley back and forth. And then that idler pulley bolts into a little sliding piece that has a little groove. There's a piece inside that slides them back and forth, and when you loosen or tighten the tensioning bolt, basically which is what it is, it either releases or puts tension on that belt, and that's how you get the belt on. So that's it for the video. Have fun with it. It's not a fun job. Everything's tight, real tight spaces.